But yeah, we were talking about Vilye a lot, but it's not just Vilye. The Hunter and the Warrior, Feorblade and Vollexz, are doing incredible jobs. They're the ones playing with the rest of Druid too, so it really says a lot about them as players. Plus, they're not used to playing with a Druid, so really great job from them. And I'm excited to see
both teams positioning defensively here at the start of the match again. The KFC not pushing across the map at all yet. The Ret DK sitting on a pillar, only now moving out a little bit. Looks like they aren't too afraid. The Rets just mounted and running around. They do play very defensively against Hunter teams, which I think is a smart choice. You need to be on a pillar, you need to be ready to eat traps. So it's going to leave it up to this KFC to start the aggression here unless the DK decides to grip somebody.
Yeah, and it's also important to watch who the life blooms are on. Right now, they are on Feorblade, who's the Hunter, but that's a lot of the Druid's healing is when those life blooms bloom. I know a lot of really good resto Druids will keep track of that, so they know, no, you don't have to pop a defensive cooldown right now because my blooms are about to bloom. And a lot of good players as well on the opposite team. Well, for example, let's say it's a feral druid like yourself. I'm sure you watch life blooms.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
You just cyclone right when the blooms are about to bloom, and that's missing out on.
In fact, in a lot of ways, the life bloom is like a druid's only healing outside of cooldowns. Like rest of druids, one of their big problems is they don't really heal that much outside of swift mend and tree form and life blooming. So if you can do swaps when they can't do one of those, they really can't keep up with damage. So if this Ret DK does swaps on blooms, like maybe start on the warrior, get blooms on him, then grip the druid into a hodge, they're going to be in really good shape.
For sure. And I'd actually like to see this Ret DK priest team mount in.
I think they could come in here for a triple fear or something like that. I don't know why they're being so defensive. The priest is stacking Divine Aegis with Prayer of Healing right now, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Both teams just afraid to engage, which makes for a fairly boring start to this match.
I think once they stack Divine Aegis pretty high, they'll actually run in. At least I hope so. If I were them, I would definitely run in. The DK should chains whoever's on the mount, which is Vollexz right now, and the priest should just get a triple howl off. That'll be an amazing start, and hopefully they can, hit the druid a little bit, maybe pop one cooldown or two.
Curious about Vilye's choice to stand here, just hotting people. He has no hots on himself against a Ret DK team that could just mount up and run in and hit him.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd actually
about that.
I'd stand in the starting zone, man. If I were that druid, I mean, it's a melee cleave, so they'd have to use grip to get on him. But then if they grip him to the pillar, then he can just child form.
Maybe what he wants to do is when they push out, he's going to stealth here and try to get a pounce on something. At least that's what I would be thinking in his position. No, he's just hotting. Oh, there he goes.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Well said, but
he
then
did get feared out of stealth, though. That is a double fear on the Hunter and the Druid. I expect to see a lot of damage on this Warrior right away. There was a fear ward, I believe, on the Priest himself there. I might have gotten feared off.
Look at Bubblist health, man, dipping all the way down to 35%.
Vollexz is the real story here, dropping very low. The Druid in a full hodge. Vollexz may just die.
He does pop shield wall, but it's a little
too
late.
There was control on the other team. The Priest got trapped just as the Warrior died. He trinketed that, but really the story there, just as we mentioned earlier, overwhelming Ret DK damage on this Warrior. They got CC on the Druid. There was an instant fear on him. He did sit the fear. He got full hodge, though, I believe, with no trinket. And of course, they also, I don't know if they forced trinket with Strang or something like that, but the Warrior just went down in that hodge, basically.